Hey guys, this is Get Buttered, and I have a very sound strategy that can help with this Legion boss fight. So, if you've been struggling with the boss, then this is a strategy that can work with ease and make it 10 times easier. So, the first thing you're going to want is you're going to want the Engineer class as your first class, so you can get the Prime perk Overclocking, which grants you infinite ammo, increased fire rate, and increased damage for 25 seconds. And then you're going to want to make sure that you have it at level 10 so that you can equip the impact cannon. The reason why you want the impact cannon is because the impact cannon can do a high amount of damage while damaging multiple enemies at once because it covers a large area, as opposed to the other two turrets that only fire at single individual targets. And then for the secondary class, you can do whatever suits your preference or playstyle. But I decided to do the medic so I can get the extra heal. And then also for the first perk, Invigorated, which grants you 25% increase to all damage and 5% critical chance, which applies to my turret also. As for the second thing that we need, it's going to be a mod called Energy Wall. So, what Energy Wall does is it's a shield that you can deploy on the ground that lasts up to 30 seconds that can absorb up to 1,000 damage. Now, something to keep in mind about this shield is that it can only absorb damage that is received as projectiles. So, anything that is not a projectile will go straight through the wall. So, things such as swords or beams or anything physical will go straight through the wall if it is not a projectile. But yeah, that's all you need. You just need the impulse cannon and the energy wall mod. As for your armor, your amulet, and your rings, all that's interchangeable. You can just base that off of personal preference and playstyle. So yeah, let's get into the strategy.
Shit.
Okay, so first thing you're gonna do when you enter the boss room, you're gonna wait for the portal to open. Once it opens, you're gonna inflict as much damage as you can to the portal before it closes again. Once the portal closes, you're gonna run over here to this ramp, and at the very top, you're gonna dodge the first wave, and then you're gonna put down your turret at the top of that ramp. Then, once you're done with that, you're gonna put down the shield. Hopefully, it doesn't bounce like that. But once you're in position, you're gonna continue shooting the portal when it opens up. And keep in mind, while the portal is open, it's going to be more susceptible to damage. When the portal is closed, it's going to take reduced damage. Now, you will see me shooting the portal when it is closed, but the main reason for that is just so I can build up mod regeneration. So now that I've done enough damage to the portal is now detached itself and is going to start floating around the room. And now that the portal is moving freely, you're going to want to start positioning your shield mod in a position where you're still going to have cover, and at the same time using the two pillars up top as natural cover for additional protection. So now at this point in the boss fight, I have completely negated two things that has made this boss fight challenging. And that's the endless wave of enemies because of the turret that I have placed at the top of the ramp, and then the shield that I've been putting down to prevent damage from the projectiles coming from the portal. With that all being said, now there's only two things that I gotta worry about, and that's dodging the shockwave that's sent out by the boss, and the status effect madness that builds up when you're looking at the portal when it's glowing. And for those who don't know, madness is a status effect that slowly fills up your bar, and once it's filled, it's a debuff that deals damage over time and shrouds your HUD, which then makes it hard to see your health, your ammo, your mod regeneration and skills, etc. Which is the reason why I decided to use Medic as my secondary class. Just because if I need a little bit of extra healing, I can just pop it down right there and then wait for the madness to disappear. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this strategy. It's pretty straightforward. The main point is you're eliminating two factors that make this boss fight challenging, and that's the endless wave of enemies and the projectiles coming from the portal. And now you only got to deal with the shock waves and the madness. And as long as you can dodge the shock waves and out heal the madness, then it's a pretty easy boss fight at that point. So yeah, feel free to use this strategy if you're feeling overwhelmed or struggling to fight this boss. Also, I just want to add that I did do this boss fight on Nightmare difficulty, but I do think that this strategy is still applicable towards Apocalypse difficulty, just due to the fact that both the turret and the shield are still going to be mitigating those challenges against this bot. So as long as you still have a well-rounded, fine-tuned build with decent DPS and good survivability, then it shouldn't really change any of the factors for whether it's Nightmare or Apocalypse.
Yeah.